We start with that idea of gratitude as we settle in. All we take for granted. We won't take it for granted right now. We definitely won't take it next time for granted to be here. Come together and breathe. I'm gonna actually dim the lights. We can work with some natural sunshine today. If it gets too dark and you can't see what you're doing, let me know.
See what conserving light.
Yeah, see, we're doing our part.
We're not gonna be wasteful on my lap today. We're gonna enjoy that beautiful natural sunlight.
Nice.
Allow yourself to settle in here. Find your breath. You don't have to change a thing. All I ask is that you find a posture and a breath that feels comfortable. At any point you're uncomfortable, gently and intentionally make your way to something that feels more comfortable. Allow the breath to begin to slow down. Maybe finding a little more intention in your inhales and your exhales. Maybe repeating a mantra with intention in your mind as you breathe here. If you don't have one that comes to mind, it might be something as simple as I am safe. I'm safe. All is well. Maybe the exhales begin to lengthen a bit more as well. With each exhale, relaxing a little bit more into your mat, letting the floor hold you and support you. You don't have to do any of that work right here. Move that awareness from the breath into the physical body here. Maybe starting with your toes. On your own pace, with your own time, moving up the body, up the legs. Eventually making your way all the way to the crown of your head. And taking your time here, checking in with your body. Relaxing every muscle, checking in, seeing how it feels. If it's hard to just melt into immediate relaxation, invite a little tension into each body part before allowing that relaxation. Flexing a muscle, and then exhaling to release. I'll be here for 5 to 10 more breaths. You're still going through your body scan, no need to rush. You can get through what you get through. And if you're already done, you might just go back to any parts of the body. A little more love, a little more breath today. All we need to do right now is just notice. Observe how we're feeling, what our body is asking for. And noticing if we're in the frame of mind that we can give ourselves what we need today. you're ready, take the arms across the body, grabbing opposite shoulder, crossing in front of your chest. Give yourself a nice hug here. Holding your shoulders or behind your back, wherever your arms comfortably reach without forcing or pulling. Allowing the back and the shoulder blades to round a little bit here. Maybe some gentle side-to-side movement for the shoulders, maybe for the head. And then we can bend the knees, bringing the soles of the feet onto the mat. Bringing the knees in towards the chest and wrapping the arms around your legs, hugging your knees into your chest. Giving yourself a nice full body hug. Again, you might find movement, some gentle rocking. Maybe your challenge today is to find stillness wherever you are. And take another breath here. And with the next exhale, we'll bring the soles of the feet back down to the mat. Inhaling, arms sweeping overhead towards the wall behind you. Exhaling, arms come back down by your sides. Inhaling, arms overhead another time. And exhaling them back down by your sides. Beautiful. We're going to take the hands and just press them into the thighs gently here. A little bit of static hold as the hands press into the thighs. We're just going to root that back, so the low back, the part that naturally might curve up off the mat a little bit. We're going to engage that low pelvic abdominal muscle here and press that low back into the mat as we press the hands into the thighs. And exhale, we soften, low back might lift up again. Hands can slide back off your thighs, down to the floor. You're going to take that inhale, press, and exhale, release a few more times. Do it at your own pace. Pressing into the thighs, engaging that low abdominal. And exhaling, softening. 2 more rounds of breath, just like that. One more time. And releasing that. We're going to reach for our strap. Grabbing that. And we're just sliding it over the knees. It can come down by your shins or your ankles. You're going to hold one side of the strap in each hand. The soles of the feet are on the mat. We're going to come into a supported bridge here. So that strap is giving us something to push against, a little bit of resistance here. So we're holding the strap in our hands, going around the legs. And as we inhale, we push into the feet and the shoulders here. And rise up, lifting the hips. With our inhale, holding here. When we have that strap, the elbows might float off the mat. We don't need them to root into the mat like we normally would. Of course, if those give you a little more support and you feel better, you're welcome to bring the elbows down as another point to root into. We'll be here for 2 more breaths, drawing the flexors up towards the sky as we inhale. Yeah, 1 more round of breath here. And exhale, release all the way back down to the mat. Beautiful. We're going to take the strap and this time bring the feet into the strap, both feet at first. You can come into the strap, maybe right under the ball of the foot, wherever's comfortable there. You can feel sturdy. And then we float the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Again, we have one side of the strap in each hand. I'm just going to press through the backs of the legs, driving the heels up towards the sky. Maybe a little bit of rocking here. Maybe some gentle movement. take a moment to hug the legs a little closer in towards the chest, maybe the tailbone lifts off the mat just a tiny bit. And we exhale, lower that tailbone back down. We're going to keep the right foot in the strap here. Left sole of the foot comes back onto the mat with a bent knee. And we take both sides of the strap in the right hand. And begin to make some little circles on the ceiling with that right toe. Making a little spiral as we work. Drawing a little spiral on the ceiling. That circle gradually growing bigger and bigger. And a little wider. Might sweep open a little bit more to the side. You might cross the midline of the body a little bit more. When you've found your full range of motion and your spiral, you can reverse direction. Start drawing it gradually smaller and smaller, little spiral. Your time. When you work through, no need to rush. Bring both straps or one strap into each hand. And we'll just point and flex through that foot. Pressing the heel up towards the sky. For our flex and lengthening that top of the foot. Stretching through that front of the ankle and the foot. Maybe two more. Now we'll gently rock the foot side to side. Waking up the ankle, small range of motion here, just a gentle tug of maybe an inch or so. Each side of the strap, letting the foot rock side to side. Beautiful. We'll bring both sides of the strap again into the right hand. You can soften that knee if it feels good, letting the knee come towards your right shoulder. We're just going to open that right knee out to the side. If you prefer coming into this with a straight leg, you're absolutely welcome to straighten out that leg, holding onto the strap for support. Bring some awareness back into the hips. Make sure both sides of your hips are rooted into the mat. Opening that right leg out. Knee bend or straight, whichever's feeling good in your body tonight. Take two more breaths here. And when you're ready, you can use that strap, pull that leg back up through center, crossing it, straps into your left hand. And that right foot can float on over to the other side, opening up towards the left. Right hip might float off the mat. Bring that right shoulder blade back down onto the mat. Maybe even gazing over the right shoulder. Using the strap to support. And that's a pull or tug. One more breath here. And we'll cross that leg back up through center. Take one strap in each hand. And we bring that left foot up into the strap. Leave that right foot and send that right foot down. Changing places here. Beautiful. Bring both sides of the strap into the left hand and begin our little spiral here. Drawing that circle on the ceiling. Circle growing gradually bigger. Taking your time. Finding that control. And when you found your full range of motion, change directions. Start making a gradually smaller and smaller spiral. And you're back to your center. You can grab one side of each hand. Again, pointing and flexing through that foot. Pressing that heel up towards the sky, finding that stretch along the calf and the back of your leg. And pointing, extending that ankle in front of the foot. And gently side to side, tugging that strap, maybe just an inch on each side, letting the ankle start to wake up as your foot rocks there. We'll bring both sides of the strap into that left hand. You might bend that knee, bring the knee towards that left shoulder. Or if you want to keep that leg straight, we open up from the hip flexor, allowing the left leg to fall open to the left side. Awareness comes back to the hips, and the pelvis. Both sides level on your mat. One more breath here. And use the strap to lift your leg back up through center, switching it into the right hand. Leg follows, falling over to that right side of your mat. Keep the shoulders over that left shoulder if that feels good. One more breath here. And then we'll bring that leg back up through center. Right leg comes up to join it in the strap. And bring the feet out nice and wide in that strap. Move to a wide leg straddle. Again, maybe we have some gentle rocking here. We're going to come into a happy baby. You're welcome to keep the strap there and make it a strappy baby. Or if you'd like to put the strap to the side, you're welcome to do that. We're going to come through a happy baby or strappy baby on one leg and then the other, alternating and rocking. One or two more breaths here. You can bring the legs back up to center, bringing them a little bit closer together. Maybe they're even connected. And we'll just hug those legs in toward the chest one more time. Stretching through the back of the leg, all the way from your glutes to your heels. And beautiful, soften the knees. You can set that strap to the side. We'll hug the knees into the chest again. Give yourself some rocking. Give yourself any movement that feels good here. Take a moment. Check in with your body. See how it's feeling. And when you're ready, we're going to gently rock along the length of the spine. Making our way up to a cross-leg position, and then we're going to keep crawling it right over into our tabletop. Coming into our cat-cow. From our tabletop, hands are right under the shoulders, knees are under hips. And in our cow, we inhale, belly fills with breath, chest opens, crown of the head lifts, tailbones lifted. Reversing that for the exhale, coming into our cat. Shoulder blades open, crown of the head drops down. Beautiful. Flow through at your own breath, your own pace. Make this your own. Beautiful. When you're ready, we'll come back to our tabletop. We'll come right to curl the toes underneath. Pressing through the hands and the toes. Inhaling, lifting those hips up and back and right into our first downward facing dog. Shoots out the head. Cuddle through the feet and the legs. Beautiful. Take another breath here. And then soften the knees and bring them back down to the mat. Big toes together, knees come nice and wide. And we press back into our child's pose. Take a few breaths here. One more breath here. Inhale, come back to our tabletop. Curl the toes under and press back another time into our downward facing dog. This time stepping the feet nice and wide, almost to the edges of your mat if that feels good. We're going to shift the hips over to the right, softening through that left knee, stretching through that right leg. Breathing there. And then we'll swing the hips back through center, then over to the left. Softening that right knee, stretching through that left leg. And come back to center. Keeping this wide leg down dog. We're going to find our cat spine. Rippling the spine forward, coming to a wide leg high plank. Breathing there. And exhale back to your downward facing dog, wide leg stance. One more time, rippling forward, cat spine, wide leg high plank. And back to our wide leg down dog. We'll walk the hands in towards the feet. Come into this wide leg ragdoll into the opposite elbow. Take it out a little bit. Releasing opposite elbow. You can bring the hands down to the mat. Get yourself steady. We're going to turn the toes out so the heels are in towards each other. And lower the hips down, coming into this malasana, our yogi squat. Beautiful. Breathing here. Take one more breath here. And when you're ready, we'll plant the hands, send the hips back up. Turn the feet back to parallel. Walk the hands forward, coming back to that wide leg high plank. And back to our wide leg down dog. Beautiful. One more time, we're going to swing the hips over to the right, softening through that left leg. Stretching out on that side. And back through center, then over to the left, softening that right knee. And back to center. We'll soften the knees, down to the mat. Bring those big toes together behind you and press it back to your child's pose. Beautiful breathing here. One more breath here. And we have a fun little new sequence. So from our child's pose, we're going to plant the hands, ripple the spine forward, come into a little push-up, then right back into our child's pose. We'll take that one more time so we can see how it feels, planting the hands. Elbows come in towards ribs, the knees are nice and wide, so it's a little tricky right there. One more time. And back. Beautiful. This time we're going to bring the knees a little bit closer and maybe a little more parallel. And as we press forward, we're going to send that right leg out long and then back in. Forward, right leg out long and back in. Let yourself rest in that child's pose when you come back. One last time. And after this one, we're going to cross that right leg behind the left and press the hips back. We're in our cow face legs here, but with kind of puffy arms. Breathing there. One more breath. We'll press back up to our hand. We're going to send that right leg out nice and long here. Bring the hand underneath the shoulders, right leg extended. We'll move for a cat cow. Using that to help us get our posture just right. And then we have to turn those right toes up. We're moving from that hip flexor here, so that whole leg is really moving as we turn those toes up. Take 2 more. And then settle those toes back down wherever is comfortable. We're just gonna rock forward and back. When we're rocking back, we're bringing that tailbone towards that left heel. 2 more just like this. Beginning to rock it out. Beautiful. When we're done, we're going to come up to that high eight. Reaching the right arm towards right leg. Sweeping the left over. Taking this nice side stretch here. Peering under that lifted arm. Opening torso a little bit more towards the side. And we're going to sweep that left arm down into a side plank. Maybe that right foot floats. And we'll flow through high eight, side plank. We got 3 or 4 of those. Moving from that trunk, letting the obliques and the torso really in control here. Beautiful. Last time we come through, we'll pause at the top, both arms reaching up. And we'll gently lower heel or tailbone towards heel. And lifting back up. Same as that rock, but we're not using our hands here. So testing that core strength. Beautiful. 3 more. And last one. We come back up. Plant the hands. Bring that right leg under. And send it back to your child's pose. We'll take that whole thing on the second side and a few more breaths. Up rest here. One more round of breath. And then we press through the hands. You might walk the knees in a little bit closer. And we'll press forward, sending the left leg out long. And then back underneath. Push up. Let yourself rest. In that child's pose. Do 2 more here. Last one. And we'll cross that left leg over the right. And shift the hips back, pressing into the hands. Breathing here in these cow face legs. 2 more breaths here. We lift back up. Plant our hands, send that left leg out long. Into a cat cow or 2. That's how you're set up, see how it feels. We'll begin to turn those left toes up towards the sky. Moving from that hip flexor. Whole leg rotating. One more time. You can let the foot settle where it feels good. Just begin rocking forward and back. Drawing tailbone towards that back heel. Beautiful. One more breath. And then we'll Lift the arms up high. Coming into that high V. Left hand comes down to that left leg. Lift that side. Stretch here. Feeling underneath that right arm. Opening the torso a little bit more. And shifting that right arm down into our side plank. Maybe that left foot floats. Breathing here. And when you're ready, you can flow half the side plank at your own pace. Beautiful. 2 more here. And when you're all set, bring both arms up and begin to draw that tailbone towards that back heel. Beautiful. 3 more just like this. Beautiful. Last time you're done, you can plant the hands, bring that left leg back under and back to your child's pose. Well, from here, we'll come back to our tabletop. Curl those toes under and press into your downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Pedal through the feet, check in with the body. Check in with your spine. Beautiful. We're going to ripple that spine coming forward into a high plank once more. Holding there for a breath. And lowering the knees, the chest, and the belly down towards the mat. And lowering all the way down. Inhaling space behind the heart up towards the sky, coming into your baby cobra. Maybe the hands and the feet hover here. And exhale, softening all the way down. Turn right cheek to the mat, bending the knees. And windshield, wave the legs back and forth. Beautiful. We'll soften the legs, let them extend back long. Head comes back to center. This time we'll plant the hands, pressing through, coming into our upward facing dog, lifting chest, ribs, and belly, maybe hips and thighs off the mat. And then curling toes under, pressing in to your downward facing dog. Find a few rounds of breath here, finding a rest in this posture. And we'll soften the knees, shift the gaze forward, take a few steps up to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse the swan dive. And exhale to Tadasana. In your Tadasana, feet are under hips, knees are nice and soft. Chest is open, crown of the head is lifted. Beautiful. Take a breath here. Find that power. And inhale, sweep those arms overhead, gaze follows hands. And exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back, long spine, strong core here. Full rounded breath. And exhale, soften, forward fold. You can plant the hands on the mat, fingers and toes. Step one foot back, then the other, high or low plank. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, we will all meet in downward facing dog. We move with our own breath. Soften the knees, shift the gaze forward. Step or hop up to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. And exhale, Tadasana. We'll take that sequence one more time. Inhale, arms high, feet tallest hands. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. Find the rest here. We'll be here for about 5 rounds of breath. Beautiful. Soften the knees, shift the gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. And exhale, Tadasana. Beautiful. Take a moment, shake it out. We're going to set up with our tree. Feel a little bit of balance here. And we're going to work that balance into our flow. Turn, like up a little bit so you can see where you're going to spot for your balance. When we're in our tree or we're coming into it, and find somewhere nice and low for our gaze to fall. Come back to our Tadasana. We find that balance, that strength. We're lifted. Our gaze is nice and soft here. We can shift all that weight into the left foot. Right foot can hover freely. Bring the ball of the foot down to the mat. Again, exploring that internal and external rotation. It's different every day. You don't have to force it to where it might be on a different day. When you found the external rotation that feels right in the body, feel strong and balanced. Keep that knee turned out just enough. Let yourself kickstand that right heel against that left standing leg. You are in your tree. You might stay here. Or maybe as you inhale, you can let that right foot float up and plant itself somewhere along the left leg. Finding a point of balance. Breathing here. Maybe your hands come together at heart center. Maybe the arms extend up long. If you need to reset and come back into it, it's an option, but take your time here. When you feel ready to turn that right knee back towards center, and send that leg down, shake it out. Move over to the other side. So again, shifting all that weight nice and balanced. Keep that right leg, that left foot can just hover on. Once the ball of the foot, find that internal and external rotation in that left side. So really moving from that hip flexor, not just from the knee or the ankle. Find where it feels good today. Kickstand that left heel along your standing leg. And now in your tree. You can stay here, or maybe with an inhale, that left foot floats. Maybe the hands come to heart center. Or extend up to the sky. Move on some tree branches. It's a little windy today. Maybe from reset and come back in. Your time here, and then you're ready. You can turn that knee back toward the center. Set that foot down. Beautiful. Shake it out a little bit. We're going to add that tree into a little sequence here. Beginning from our Tadasana. We inhale, right foot comes right into our tree. Taking a full round of breath there. And we'll turn that right leg forward. Send that leg back. Coming into our warrior three. Maybe the arms come behind, airplane arms. That might help with balance. One more breath here. And then we'll step it back, come into your warrior one. Beautiful, breathing here. Full round of breath. And then we open up, pivot on that back foot, opening to our warrior two. Reversing your warrior. Back to warrior two. We'll take that flow, maybe with airbender arms. Wherever you feel like flowing today. One more time. And then from our warrior two, we'll pivot that front foot in towards the mat. Coming into our 5-pointed star, opening chest up towards the sky. Beautiful. Breathing here. Heart is open, crown is lifted, heart is open as well. We'll exhale, bend those knees, bend the elbows, coming into our goddess. Breathe, bring your 10 rounds of breath. You might float up a little bit on your inhales and exhale, deepen that. Inhale it and exhale, deepen. Take about 7 more rounds of breath. Beautiful. Keeping the crown of the head nice and lifted here. Beautiful. Maybe just 3 more here. I will count. And when you're through, back that 5-pointed star, opening that chest, and pivoting that front foot forward and back to the warrior two. Beautiful. Let's sweep that right arm forward, put it on that back foot and back to your warrior one. And then sweep the arms behind us, bowing forward, humble warrior. Breathing there. And as we exhale, we sweep the arms back and front, reaching forward, thunder both arms here. Then lower the hands down to the mat on the inside of the feet, coming into your lizard lunge. You might wiggle that right foot back a little bit more. Maybe the right knee comes down to the mat. Onto your forearms. That feels good. We'll be here about 3 breaths, whatever feels good for you. Or lizard lunge. One more breath. Beautiful. Plant the hands back, curl the right toes under, step that left foot back, high plank. And then shift over, pressing into that right hand, opening the left arm up. And then first side plank. You can stay lifted. Bring that right knee down. One breath there. And then back to that high plank. Lowering down, upward facing dog. And exhaling to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a few breaths there. Get out in the head. Stretch through the legs. Beautiful work. And then we'll soften the knees, shift the gaze forward, step forward, hop to the hands. And inhale, reverse your swan dive. Back to your Tadasana. Beautiful. Great job. Shake it out before you sit down the second side. Take a breath. Beautiful. We'll root into that right foot here. Put into that tree. Marchadasana. Take a full round of breath. And turn that left knee forward. Send the leg back. Warrior three. Maybe airplane arms. And step that left foot back. Coming into your warrior one. Full breath here. Beautiful. We'll open up into our warrior two. Reversing the warrior. And back to warrior two, flowing through. Beautiful. One more time. And then we'll pivot that front foot forward and into our 5-pointed star. Toes might be turned down a little bit more here. Opening chest. And then we soften the knees, bending the elbows, coming into our goddess. And rounds of breath. Inhaling to rise a bit. And exhaling lower. Beautiful, moving at your own pace. One more round of breath here. Beautiful. We come back to our 5-pointed star. Pivot that front foot forward and back to our warrior 2. Breathing here. Softening shoulders, gazing over that front hand. And then we'll sweep that back arm forward, pivoting on that back foot, coming back to our warrior 1. Pull around the breath there, and we'll sweep those arms back, bowing forward, humble warrior. Beautiful. One more breath here. And we sweep those arms forward, thunderbolt arms, and lower the hands. Inside that right foot, maybe lowering that left knee, maybe coming down onto forearms for your lizard, wherever feels good for you today. One more breath here. And then we'll curl left toes under, press through the hands, bring that right leg back, high plank. And then we'll root into that left, turning into our side plank. One breath there. Then back to high plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a few breaths here for our rest. Beautiful. Soften the knees, shift the gaze forward. Hop or step up to the hands. Reversing your swan dive. And exhale to your asana. Beautiful. Grab some water, shake it out. Before we move into our next sequence, great job. We're going to come into a little bit of a twisty sequence next. So when we're twisting, we're going to start moving from those mid ribs, a little bit of a twist there, a little bit more in that mid and upper back, and then even more in the neck. So we inhale to lift, and the twist comes on our exhale. Just keep that in mind, just breathe here. Beautiful. We'll start by inhaling, sweeping arms up high, and exhaling to forward fold. Plant the hands, step it back to your downward facing dog. Bring your gaze to your right thumb. Inhale, right foot floats behind you. And think cat spine as we draw that knee underneath, stepping right foot towards right thumb. Inhaling to lift up in our crescent lunge. So in our crescent lunge, we have a nice bend in both knees. We're on the ball of that back foot. And our feet are on railroad tracks here. So we have a nice wide stance. Breathing here. Start by bringing the hands into heart center. And we're going to twist over to the right, coming into a revolved crescent twist. So inhale to lift, exhale, deepen the twist. Breathing here. One more breath. Then we're going to press into that right foot and step that left foot forward, coming into a revolved chair. Beautiful. One more breath here. Then we come back to center and twist over to the opposite side. Beautiful. Breathing here. One more breath. Now we're going to step that left foot back into our revolved crescent lunge on the second side. We're still back in our crescent lunge here. And come back to our crescent lunge centered. Plant the hands. Step that right foot back. And we're back to our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a breath. We'll shift the gaze over to that left thumb. Let the left foot float. Then pat spine as you draw that knee underneath, stepping left foot towards left thumb. And we rise up to that crescent lunge. Beautiful. Round the ball of that back foot. Breathe in here. And bring the hands to heart center and twist over to that left side. Beautiful. Take your breaths here. Here for about 3 breaths. Beautiful. We root into that forward foot, stepping that back foot forward, coming into a revolved chair. One more breath here. Then come through center, revolve on that second side. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then we'll step that right foot back to our revolved crescent lunge. Back to center. Plant the hands. Step it back to downward facing dog. And take 3 more breaths here. Beautiful. Soften the knees and lower the knees all the way down to the mat. Bring the big toes together. Press the tailbone back towards the heels, coming into your child's pose. Beautiful. We're going to take that little twisty sequence one more time through. Pressing back from child's pose into our downward facing dog. Shifting gaze to right thumb, floating right foot into the air. Drawing knee underneath, stepping right foot forward, and lifting up crescent lunge. Hands to heart center, we twist over to the right. One full round of breath. Step left foot up, revolve chair. Full breath here. Come to center. Full breath here. And revolve to the other side. Full breath here. We step that left foot back. Now we're in that crescent lunge. Revolve to the second side. Back to center. Plant the hands. Step that right foot back. Shift the gaze to the left thumb. Right foot or left foot floats. Step it forward. Crescent lunge. Hands to heart center. We twist over to the left. Step that right foot forward. Full breath here. Revolve chair. Come into our chair. Full breath. And twist to that second side. Right foot steps back. We're back to that revolved crescent lunge. And come back, crescent lunge. Plant the hands. And downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Pedal out the feet. We'll shift the gaze to the hands and soften the knees all the way down. Drawing toes together. And once more back to your child's pose. Beautiful. One more breath here. You can walk your hands in towards your knees. Take a seat. Swing those legs out long. Grab your strap here. Strap is optional if it feels good in any point. Absolutely keep it there. We're going to do head to knee here. So we're going to start on that right side. We're going to strap that ball on the right foot. Bring that left knee to a bend. Inhale, sit up nice and high, lifting out of the hips. And exhale, folding forward, reaching the head nice and long, and then rounding forward. Moving into that breath. One side of each hand. If you'd like, you can see your hands on the foot or your leg, whatever is most comfortable with you for a few breaths. Find what feels good for you tonight. If this feels too much in your back, you can always soften that right knee a little bit more. One more round of breath here. You move on. We're all using a stretch. We're going to both like the strap in that right hand. Just draw that left hand along the leg into your chest and open it up towards the sky. Beautiful. Take a breath like that. Almost gazing at that left hand. If you can turn your neck that way, if not, that is neutral. You're going to bring that left hand behind the left ear and draw the elbow towards that right knee. And then open it up again. Elbow towards knee. And open up. More. Moving with your breath. And the last one. We'll open that left arm back up. And reach it over. Just that nice side stretch. Reaching that left hand towards that right foot. Just taking a side stretch there. Beautiful work. One more breath here. And you can bring that left hand down and sit yourself back up. Beautiful. You can switch legs with the strap. Bring that right foot in. Almost like our seated tree here. Reach in front of the head, nice and high as if there was an invisible string and lifting. So lift out of the hips, reaching in front of the head towards that top diagonal. And then rounding forward. Hips and knee close here. You might use your strap. Maybe in your hand, wherever it naturally reaches on the leg or the foot. Again, bend and soften that left knee if this feels too uncomfortable. Nothing here should feel uncomfortable for you. Letting that balance, ease and sweetness and strength and stability in our body. How lucky are we to be here? One more full round of breath here. We'll bring both sides of the strap into that left hand, sweeping that right hand up and across the chest and open to the sky. Maybe gazing towards that right hand. And that right hand comes behind right ear. And we draw our right elbow towards left knee. Open. Beautiful. At your own pace. More. Inhaling as we open, feeling that expansiveness of breath in the chest. And when you're done, you can send that right arm back out nice and long and then sweep it over almost towards that left foot. Nice side stretch here. Beautiful. One more breath here. Well, you can soften that right arm back down to center. We'll sit back nice and high. And some both legs out in front. You can use your strap here or not. We'll just sweep the arms up if you're not using them and fold forward over both legs. You like to have this strap, you can absolutely use that pull against. If you're feeling anything in your back or your knees, let your hands fall wherever you do. Don't need to have any additional resistance in. Beautiful. One more breath here. And let your next inhale, lift ourselves back up, release anywhere you're holding. Here bring the soles, the feet to meet one another, and bring the feet in towards the hips. You can absolutely use your straps here as well. You come to our bound angle pose. It feels good to have them under the feet and hold on. We lift up, forward, and around. Now head down. If you'd rather just put the straps to the side here, you're welcome to. And be here for a few breaths. All right, so you're holding your hands to rock yourself back up. We're going to bring those knees to meet each other in front. We're going to extend the arms out long. We're going to come into our boat, eventually transitioning that down to the ground. We'll start by just lifting up out of those hips, maybe testing one foot forward, switching sides. If it feels good, you can both legs up. We'll eventually make our way down to our back for the count of 10. You can take your time or go there all at once. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And once you're on your back, give yourself a moment where you can hug your knees into your chest if it feels good. Or just rest flat on your back. Beautiful. We'll bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Feet are about hips width apart here. Maybe a hand's length away from your tailbone. Let yourself sit here. Windshield right for the knees, back and forth a few times. Beautiful. Take a moment here. Put the block. If you don't have, we're just going to have one block for this next last little bit of effort practice today. Grabbing your block here. We're going to stack the knees over the hips, pressing the block into the inside of that left thigh or knee wherever it's comfortable. We're holding it there with that right hand. Just a little bit of static tension. That right foot, the toe is going to come down towards the mat and then lift back up. Little gentle toe taps. Once this is feeling good, you can send that left arm out towards your left knee and then reach it back. Almost like a dead bug here. Doing that opposite movement, right leg, left arm. And pressing gently that block with the right hand. And then to the left leg. 2 more. Last one. And put the block to the side, hug the knees in. Give yourself a little rock. And then again, we'll stack those knees over hips. Block comes between left hand and right knee. And we'll lower that left toe to the mat. And then work that right arm in if it feels good. Nice static tension with the block. Keeps our back in the right placement as well. 4 more. Last one. And setting that block aside. Hug those knees into the chest. And we'll bring the soles of the feet back down to the mat. This time bringing the soles of the feet together once more, letting the knees fall open to the sides. Coming into your Supta Baddha Konasana. Round angle on your back. Allow yourself to find a rest here. Maybe that low back and a gentle back bend here. Breathing here. We'll bring the knees to meet one another. And we'll bump the hips over to the left. Let the knees drop over to the right. Arms can come to goalpost or T. Maybe you gaze over that left shoulder. And for a supine twist here. Exhale, draw that left shoulder blade a little bit further down to the mat. One more breath here. Bring the knees back up through center. Bump the hips to the other side. Knees all over to the left. Gaze can come over that right shoulder. Or deep exhale, draw that right shoulder blade down a little bit more towards your mat. One more breath here. And we'll bring those knees back up through center. And set up for legs up the wall. You can bring the knees into the chest if you'd like a block under your tailbone or your low back. You can set the feet down, set yourself up with that block. Or maybe just use your hands and release to the pillow under low back. Knees come back at chest. And soles of the feet float up towards the sky. Finding a spot of ease and balance here. This is the last posture we'll find together in group for Shavasana. So if you're still looking for any movement, pedaling out the feet, feel free to take that. So if you're finding stillness here, find a way to that as well. We'll take maybe 2 or 3 more breaths here. And when you're ready, you can begin to set yourself up for your Shavasana. And towards the chest, and then feet down to the mat, removing the block if you have one there. And then setting yourself up for rest in any posture that's comfortable for you. Belly, back, side, seated. Anybody like a eye pillow? Bring your own. Stay for fight. I'll put that one on your back next to you if you want a little extra. There you go. Did you want one? No, thanks.
Thank you.
Beautiful. As you settle in here, you might focus for a moment on gratitude or an intention, or even allowing that to fall away. Bring yourself back to your breath. And you're just finding your way to rest or Shavasana. You might begin to bring some awareness back to your breath. Noticing your inhales and exhales and how they move through your body. Bringing that awareness back to your physical body as well. Maybe wiggling fingers or toes. Maybe gently turn the head side to side a bit. And when you feel ready to move just a bit, you might use your hands and press yourself over, lying on your right side. And cradling your head with your right arm. Just treating your body like it belongs to the person you love most in the world. Taking this moment here in the shape of preparation. Being ready for what comes next in your day as you move off the mat and back into the world. Maybe spending one more moment with gratitude or intention or anything else you bring to your practice today. When you feel ready, press yourself back up, make your way to a comfortable, easy seat. Any way that's comfortable for you. Your gaze can be soft, or maybe the eyes are still closed. Your hands are in your lap, maybe your palms are open. We'll close out our practice today by taking 3 breaths together as a group. We begin with a lengthened inhale, holding at the top, in that moment of pause, and sighing out, audible exhale, beautiful. A lengthened inhale, holding at the top, finding that moment, and sighing it out. One more time, lengthened inhale, moment at the top, and sigh it out. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in practice tonight. Always an honor to be here with you and flow. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much. Take your time, get in touch. And we'll slightly turn the lights on. No, nothing worse than overhead lighting.